Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told out of Voice of Radio, so today we need to have a chat about Incandescent Arcana. We knew this set was coming. We saw the trademark for Incandescent Arcana quite a while ago at this stage. In fact, I can tell you the exact date. So we first saw the trademark for this on the 24th of November last year. That is 8 months ago and 5 days, and now we finally have it. And also, just a very quick reminder here, when I bring you videos about trademarks saying, hey, I think this is going to be a new set, it's because I've chatted to people like the lovely Primal Luger, the lovely Matthew Varive Immunity on Twitter, etc., and they are to be believed. The hit rate there is pretty gosh darn good. But we have a new set, and straight off the bat, I want to tell you, it is like we expected. It is basically the successor to Dark Phantasma, which was the successor to Battle Region. Pokemon have really started, in the past year, they have really started to differentiate the main sets and the mini sets. So, as an example, don't expect any Pokemon VMAXs in this set. You don't get Pokemon VMAXs in mini sets. You get one Pokemon VMAX per main set. That is it. That is something we've been seeing, for months and months now. That is what you should expect. But if you liked sets like Battle Region and Dark Phantasma, you will like this. And let's just start off with what is blatantly one of the coolest things. Character rares are back. Yeah, they are. We've been shown a couple of them here, including Serena and Braixen. Now look, I should say, we've also been shown Diantha and Gardevoir. I suppose we probably should mention that as well. But I want to zoom in on Serena and Braixen. This is a card that people are going to go nuts for. One of the things that really confused me, when Pokémon Tournament first released, we had Braixen as a playable character. We did not get Delphox, and I asked a couple of people about this, and the answer I got back was, mate, Braixen is hyper popular in Japan, way more than Delphox. So it's not confusing that Braixen gets the character rare over Delphox, just like it's not confusing that Braixen was a playable character in Pokémon and Delphox wasn't. Braixen is the more popular. So what have we actually got here then? Well, translations are from the lovely Antoine Boulet and a little bit from myself. I'm translating more and more as I go now. I'm very proud of myself, but I still do defer to the lovely Antoine Boulet, who is, frankly, better at this. And what we've actually got is the same attack from both Delphox and from Braixen. Oh, right. Here's the regular art of Braixen. We're going to focus on the character rare, okay? But I suppose I should at least show you the regular art of Braixen. And it is actually a very lovely piece of artwork, but it's not a character rare. So what we've got here from both of them is an attack that deals 60 damage for each copy of Serena, the supporter card, that you've got in your discard pile. Delphox does it for 1 colourless energy, Braixen does it for 2 colourless energy, although please do bear in mind that Braixen being a single prize Pokemon means you can use twin energy. You can of course still use double turbo energy, but twin energy is absolutely available here, which is lovely. So basically, for Serena in your discard, 240. That is enough to KO any Pokemon V and weak Pokemon V star. You had a choice bout, you go up to 270. You will still be 10 away from the biggest Pokemon V star. And that is very important to note. But still, that is a lot of damage. Delphox being a stage 2 is a pain. But the fact that you can use it on Braixen actually really, really helps to make this a way, way better attack here. So I'm not so opposed to this. I think this works way better. If this was only on Delphox, I'd be a little bit worried. But because it can be on Delphox, but you can use it on the stage 1 while you're getting there, that does actually help and make me feel way, way better about it. So yay! And actually, I should mention, although Braixen's other attack, single energy 30, is nothing to be excited about, Delphox for 2 colourless energy deals 50 damage for each energy attached to all of your opponent's Pokemon. And again, because of Braixen, you're going to be playing like twin energy and stuff anyway. This is good. Because now, if your opponent attaches 5 energy, that's 250 any Pokemon V with a choice bout any V-Star. If they attach 4 energy, that's 200 with a choice bout 230, that's any Pokemon V. This can add up really quickly, and then, your opponent can not attach energy to try and slow you down, but usual deal, right? If your opponent is not attaching energy to try and hurt you, you've kind of already won at that point. Anytime your opponent is trying to slow you down by not doing stuff that they want to do, that's already a win for you. That's awesome. So I've got a soft spot for Delphox, right? Delphox, there's a very cute story involving me sending my wife a Delphox card when we first started dating. So Delphox has always been a real favourite of mine. I've always had a massive soft spot for Delphox. But believe me, ladies and gentlemen, that's not why I like this. These two cards together can be good. But we should also talk about Serena. As a side note, the fact that Serena's in the set basically guarantees there's going to be a full art of Serena. That is a card people are going to go crazy for. People love Serena. Serena is extremely popular. People are going to be very, very, very into this card. So yeah, this full art of Serena when it comes around. We haven't seen it yet. When we do, I guarantee you it's going to be popular. But it's actually a legit great card at the same time. It's one of those cards that gives you 2 choices. They're both good. Choice number 1, discard up to 3 cards from your hand. If you discarded any cards this way, draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. Now do remember I just told you about Delphox and Braixen that want Serena in your discard pile. But then there's all those other decks around, things like Wormadam, that deal more damage for each Pokemon in your discard pile. Decks like Zoroark that can turn into any Stage 1 Pokemon in your discard pile. Decks like Fluffy decks, which I know aren't that great at the moment, but you never know, they could come back round, that accelerate energy from the discard pile. There are many, many, many decks in the Pokemon TCG that play from the discard. All of them are going to love Serena, because the discard is good, and then you draw till 5 cards in hand. That is brilliant. Oh yeah, but it's also, if you prefer, switch one of your opponent's bench Pokemon V with their active Pokemon. It is gusting for Pokemon V, which is amazing. Now do remember that V includes VMAX and V-Star. We don't need any kind of ruling here, that's just a thing. VMAX and V-Star are subsets of Pokemon V. What that means is, no, you can't gust single prize Pokemon, but you can gust Pokemon V. As a side note, for way too long, it's been the case that Pokemon V keep getting a bit too much love. It is nice to see a little bit of hate for Pokemon V. As spiteful and vindictive as that might make me sound, it is nice to see a little bit of hate for Pokemon V. Ha! So yeah, it's either discard and then draw, which is really good, or it's gusting, which is really good. This is a legit brilliant supporter, and it's going to have a full art, which is going to make people go absolutely nuts. But I did tell you there was another character rare coming in. We do have a Gardevoir here with Diantha. And what we've got, weirdly again, is in the same way that Braixen and Delphox had the same attack, Gardevoir and Kirlia have the same ability. They both have the ability Refining. Once during your turn, you may discard a card from your hand. If you do, draw 2 cards. And that should sound a little bit familiar to quite a few people. Sounds familiar to me. It's literally Cinccino. Or if you prefer, it's Liepard. This is good. This is very, very good. Discard a card from your hand, draw 2 cards. Yes. We know this is a good ability. We don't need to be told one way or another. We know this is good. Here's the thing though. Do you guys remember when I showed you Liepard for the first time, I compared it to Cinccino? And I told you that there was one very, very important difference, a very important difference between Liepard and Cinccino, other than the fact that Cinccino had a better attack. The difference was level ball. Cinccino had 90 HP and could be grabbed with level ball. Liepard has 100 HP and can't. This has 80 HP. and totally can. And straight off the bat, this is better than Lipard. Now, Lipard does have a retreat cost of 1, which is a pain. So in decks where you're not playing level ball, I'm still going Lipard for the extra 20 HP and the lower retreat cost. But in any deck playing level ball, this is just better. Just inarguably, no question, let's not argue about it, better. And I adore this. Because I just told you Gardevoir's got the same ability. And here's the thing. I can get Curlier with a level ball, which is lovely. But then if I want to pretty much double my HP, I can get Gardevoir. But the difference is, and this is like I said with Delphox. With Delphox, I don't have to wait until I get to stage 2 to get the attack that I want. With Gardevoir, I don't have to wait until I get the ability on the stage 2, because I've got the ability on the stage 1. I can start using it now. I don't need to muck about with Rare Candy, because I can just manually evolve the stage 1, and at some point in the future I'll evolve into a stage 2, and that will give me my extra HP, and I love it. Oh, speaking of love, Akira Igawa has been doing phenomenal artwork lately. Check out how amazing the artwork on this one is. So yeah, I mean, attack-wise, Curlier's 2 energy, 30 damage, that's garbage. Gardevoir's 2 energy, 120. It's fine if you're hitting for weakness because you'll one-hit KO a Pokemon V, and with a choice bout, you'll one-hit KO a V-Star. But really, nah, I'm not loving this at all. This is for the ability, and basically, Cinccino's been good, Lipard has been good, Curlier's better than Lipard. Simple as that. If you're not playing the stage 2, I still think Cinccino is better until we hit rotation. But post-rotation, any deck that's playing level ball should be choosing Curlier. And then you can put 1 or 2 Gardevoir in for the extra HP. And basically what that means is your bench Pokemon that is there just for support is nowhere near as fragile as it was. And believe me when I say, this is a very, very good thing indeed. And let's just take a second to fawn over the artwork of Gardevoir, which is rather lovely Mitsuhiro Arita artwork, and is very, very beautiful. So you have 2 really good choices for Gardevoir. I'm going to leave you to decide which one you prefer. Now, I said the set is very much like we saw with, for instance, Battle Region and Dark Phantasma, and that extends to the reverse hollows. We've got reverse hollows. It's the exact same pattern that we saw in the previous sets. Serena's the only one we've been shown. What I will tell you is, if you've not seen these in person, try and pick one up super cheap. Because these are absolutely stunning. They are just absolutely flat out, over the top, beautiful, stunning. They are wonderful cards that I just absolutely adore. And I think they're brilliant. And I love that they're back. Like I've said, these past 2 sets have, well, they pretty much formed the basis for this new set, but given how much I loved those sets, I'm down, ladies and gentlemen. I am absolutely down. This is rather lovely. Now, there are a few other cards that have been shown off. Oh, actually, I should mention, they have given us easy-to-use trainers being included, so Switch and Judge Man, or Judge as we call it, they are being included. One thing which I think is important to note, Judge is coming in here with a regulation mark of E. All the new cards have regulation mark F, so they're not doing this to increase the legality of cards like Judge. They're just giving you trainer cards, basically so that newer players can have these cards more easily, which is awesome. It's no good for more experienced players, but newer players who don't have these, stocks of trainer cards, they're including these trainer cards in there just to make it easier to get, and that is wonderful. Yay! Now, in terms of other cards that were shown off, we were shown the Kling Clang line, which is really rather lovely. Now, the Kling Clang, what we've got here is free energy, 113, nobody cares, but it's got the ability Third Gear. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 3 basic energy and attach them to your Pokemon in any way that you like, and then shuffle your deck. This is nuts. Now, it's a stage 2, so Pokemon realize how nuts this is, and they're making you work for it. But I don't care. This is nuts. We love this. We absolutely love this. This is a really good deal, frankly. This is a really good deal. You've got to get your stage 2 out, and getting your stage 2 out is a real pain. I understand that entirely. But the fact of the matter is, searching your deck for free basic energy and attaching them anywhere is absolutely redonk. And let's not forget, we've got Scoop Up Net coming in here as well, which will rotate, but not till early next year, that you can use to actually start rolling with this. And that is lovely. Start reusing it. Have some fun. For anyone that's wondering, Clang is flip 2 coins, 80 for each heads. And Clink, I believe, is search your deck for a Pokemon and show it to your opponent, put it into your hand, shuffle your deck. I believe that's what Clink does. I translated that myself, so don't be mad at me if it's wrong. But I'm pretty sure it's right. I'm pretty sure that one's right. So yeah, Clink Clang is absolutely redonk. But it's a stage 2. If you can start using it and reusing it with Scoop Up Net, it's brilliant. But do bear in mind it might not work all that much. We've also got a new Meow Stick coming in here. When you play this Pokemon from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you can search your deck for 2 supporter cards and put them into your hand. Once again, obviously we can be reusing that with Scoop Up Net, like we just said. But it's a way to search supporters. And actually, when you evolve up, you search 2 supporters, which is kind of fun. Yeah, we like this, ladies and gentlemen. This is good. No text to translate in terms of attack, well, you know, effects on the Esper. It's just kind of there, all right? It's not good. But it is knitted or crocheted, which is kind of beautiful. And then we've got a Zarude coming in here, which has got single energy, switch one of your opponent's bench while they're active and do 20 to it. The new one, fine. And 2 energy, 70 damage for each heads you can flip from free coins. It's a lovely Zarude. It seems like a little while since we've had one and it's hollow and all of that. Fair to assume that's not what we're really focused on in this particular video. There are things to get very excited about. Character rares are back. Serena as a supporter card looks absolutely nuts. Delphox and Braixen look like they've got a real chance to be good. Curlia and Gardevoir have that ability we've seen before, which is good. And Kling Clang, if you can get it rolling, is absolutely nuts. Not to mention we've got that reverse holo pattern, which is back, and some reprints of trainer cards, which isn't really going to help people like myself that import it from Japan to collect, but I'm not who they're thinking about. For people in Japan who are playing the game, having those is awesome. But now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about this new set. Tell me how excited you are for it. Tell me which cards you're loving. Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk Pokemon and Pokemon cards and other card games and all kinds of fun things. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can support the channel. You can get weekly bonus pods or answer all your Pokemon questions. There's a Discord where you can come chat. It's an awful lot of fun. And I give shout outs to people like the lovely Mike. Thank you very much, Mike, for being a supporter, for being awesome, and for being a lovely fellow, because Mike is a very lovely fellow. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.